This podcast is brought to you by 8848, a UK-based agency that delivers a vibrant mix of marketing, PR and creative communications.
Hello and welcome to episode 2 of soak.com's brand new podcast Plug. Today's podcast we're going to be discussing the launch of soak.com's new showroom and also speaking to Naomis, visual interior stylist at soak.com, just to discuss how the showroom came to be, the feedback we've had from customers and also what customers should expect if they were to come and see the showroom for themselves. So we'll start off by saying hi to Naomi. How are you? You all right this morning?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, good. Very well, thank you. Now, it's been a bit of a success story so far. And obviously we've had some great feedback from the showroom, also in the sort of regional and national press and also from customers. So I just wanted to ask you a few questions just about how the showroom came to be. So I just wondered if you could tell us about the sort of process soak.com has been through to create the showroom.
One of the first things we needed to do is think about the customers, what the customers were expecting to see, how they wanted to use the showroom, how much space should be about the design and inspirational products, but how much should actually be practical help for customers to shop for themselves. And then we also had to think about the co-workers who would be based in the showroom, how we can help them go about their everyday job, what could make their job more interesting, and how we could make them more comfortable at work. So just things like that kind of gives you a broader picture of where to start. Okay, so that was quite a few aspects then that you've just discussed. So was it tricky deciding which products to showcase? How did you sort of go about doing that? It was definitely a challenge, but thankfully I didn't have to decide most of it at the beginning because the team of buyers here put together a list of products that they really wanted to show, things that have a bit of variety in the range of products, an assortment of different finishes and styles and functionality. So whether a customer is coming to see a modern white combined unit or a more traditional clotted cream cloakroom, for example, then there's plenty of different choices there for people to come and see. And if the colour that you want isn't out in that piece of furniture, there's also samples around so you can get an idea of what it will look like.
Yeah, so there's plenty for people to go on there then. So who would you say was involved in the making of the showroom? Because obviously it was such a big project. And I've sort of seen it from the beginning stages, which was, you know, just an empty room into this amazing space we have now. So who was involved in that?
Well, there was a few key people. Obviously, I was involved, but then the dream of the project kind of came from the marketing manager.
Yeah.
And then there was a project manager from fairly early on who took over like all the logistical stuff.
Yeah.
And then you can't forget how many other people in the rest of the company were involved and were excited and got on board and really just like moved along. We couldn't have done it without everyone in the company, really.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think when something so big like that is happening in a company, everyone sort of does want to get involved as well. So obviously from the sort of beginning stages to the physical sort of standing that it is now, how did you design the general look of the showroom? And so what was the concept behind the showroom as well?
The general look and feel of the design was to make the room sets really stand out against quite an unfinished backdrop.
Yeah.
So it's kind of an industrial look. So there's like a grey resin floor with black painted ceiling and exposed brickwork, and then we've got these pods that are made out of OSB or chipboard material.
Yeah.
And to be honest, some people might walk in and go, oh, it doesn't look finished, this needs painting different, that needs to do. But we quite like the fact that it really makes the products and the displays stand out against a really rough background, almost like gemstones in little wooden boxes.
Oh, that's a nice analogy. Yeah, absolutely. And I think as well that sort of unfinished, like you said, industrial look is very sort of the moment as well, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
And just having a look around now, all the rooms are just so different. So what design process did you go through to create sort of each one and create these different room sets?
So once I was given the list of products, I started to work on grouping them into what would work together, what was going to complement each other.
Yeah.
And from that, I started to get an idea of how many rooms would be traditional, how many would be modern, or some rooms are a bit of a mix of both, because that's quite a current thing as well. Then from that, I started to place these products into rooms that were appropriate sizes. So putting a shower enclosure in a smaller bathroom or a big bath into a bigger bathroom.
Yeah.
Just kind of logical, common sense things like that. But then start to fill in the gaps. So while I may have a bath, a toilet and a sink, I might not have been given enough mirrors to put everywhere. So I could fill in those gaps with extra products. And then I get into the really fun bit, which is the bit I really enjoy. I start putting together mood boards to complement the products.
Oh, excellent, yeah.
To put together like really different ideas of looks to make sure that no one room is the same. And so I get to pick like paint colours and tile finishes and flooring finishes and great things like that.
So that's where your creative eye comes in, isn't it?
Yeah,
as well,
it's so much fun. And so then we end up with all these individual spaces, and I just like to do all the finishing touches as well, where you add a plant or an accessory or a shelving system that works for your bathroom. And this is the things that adds life in your bathroom at home as well. So I think it's really important to show it in the showroom.
Yeah, that's true. I think, just looking on a website or in a brochure, it's completely different from when you come into a showroom and you can see the physical product for yourself and how it's going to, sort of appear in your own home. So just looking around now, there's so many different designs available, and they've all got their own soak.com edge to them. So how did you manage to inject soak.com's personality into the showroom?
Well, our guys in graphics and marketing had so much fun introducing some of our sense of humour into the showroom. Looking around, you'll see like little notes on mirrors, reminding people to, don't forget to take a selfie as you're walking around, or a hidden note in a drawer. It's always worth looking out for these things, because some of them might give you a hint to go and speak to a member of staff about getting a little treat to take away with you.
Oh, I see.
We also have a dedicated area for family and children.
Yeah.
So if they're getting a bit frustrated waiting around, if their parents are sat with a co-worker,
as kids do,
they can go and have a play with some of the toys or read a book. And we've also introduced something called Tullypedia. So Tully is our little elephant mascot. And this is an opportunity to introduce him to some of his family and friends and get to know some of the facts about elephants and things like that.
Excellent. So there's going to be a few customers, Naomi, that obviously aren't quite sure where you guys are based. So could you just let us know where the location of the showroom will be if someone wanted to, perhaps come down and have a look for themselves?
So we're actually based in Nuneaton. The whole of the company is based here at the moment.
Yeah.
The showroom is on our kind of headquarters site.
Yeah, your HQ, isn't it?
Yeah. So as you drive into Nuneaton, the industrial estate that we're on, you'll see like a big elephant on the building, and you'll really
easily
spot us.
recognisable.
Yeah, definitely. So, pop down and have a look. It's great.
I just wanted to sort of discuss with you the sort of timeline of the showroom, and just, how it happened from the sort of beginning stages, and then how long did it take to make the showroom?
So I think the beginning stages, like the early planning stages, started probably about 1.5 years, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of kind of discussions about where it should be, what kind of setup there should be, how much should be spent on it.
There's going to be a lot to think about with something this big, isn't there?
And then as we got towards the end, the actual build took about 7 weeks, or was meant to.
Right,
but obviously, sometimes these things overrun a little bit.
Yeah, projects
but we managed to
tend to do that on occasion, don't they?
We managed to catch back up in the end.
So around about 7 weeks then for the actual start to finish. It's important to ask, I think, why do you think that an online retailer such as soak.com, why do you think it's important for them to have a physical showroom where people can come and visit?
I think it's really important that we're able to show our product in real life, because we're really confident that our products are amazing.
Yeah.
We love them, and we want you to as well. So the fact that you can come down and touch and feel and get a real idea of whether it's the right thing for your bathroom, and we think that's important. It gives that customer reassurance in the quality of our products.
Yeah, just going round as well, obviously, there's prompts to touch and, like you said, feel the product for yourself and feel the quality of the design and that sort of thing. So recently, obviously, you've opened the showroom. Did you do anything special for the launch? Was there any sort of launch party or anything like that?
We did do a launch party on a Saturday during the day. That was in January. And we had a ribbon cutting and pizza and face painting, some fun bits like that. But it also gave us an opportunity to have Zoe's Place, who we sponsor as a company, to come down and have a stall there to make people aware of that charity as well, which was really nice to be able to be involved with them.
So I thought we'd just talk a little bit more about what people are going to look to expect when they visit the showroom. So could you talk us through that? What is it that people will expect if they were to come and see the showroom for themselves?
So you get a really warm, friendly welcome from our staff.
Yeah.
But you won't get pestered by them. They'll come and check you're okay, but they're not going to keep bothering you unless you want some help. You can tell they're warm and friendly because our showroom manager is called Sunny, so I
That
think
makes
that's
sense.
appropriate.
Yeah, it goes with the territory.
You also get to see, obviously, a variety of products, creative ideas for your own home.
Yeah.
But the guys in the showroom, they're so good at what they do. They know the products really well. You just get some really expert advice.
Excellent. What do visitors think of the showroom so far? What's the sort of feedback been from people?
Generally, people have been really enjoying it. They think it's brilliant. The customers really enjoy the layout as well, because when you walk in, you can't see everything. You've got to go and explore the whole showroom. You can't just stand back and go, oh, I like that, and not really go and explore.
So it creates that curiosity for people to sort of wander around and see what's there.
Yeah, and that just every time you turn a corner, there's something new. It's fantastic.
There's all the sort of different spaces you have as well. I know you have, obviously you mentioned some of the larger and some of the smaller spaces, so there is some surprises there.
Yeah, definitely.
So could you talk us through some of the unique aspects of the showroom? Anything sort of special in there?
Yeah, so we've got our really fantastic range, the hotel collection, which we've got 2 of the looks in there at the moment, and they're just really different from anything else around at the moment, so they're definitely worth coming to see on their own.
Really striking.
Yeah, but there's also we've got some live features, so we've got live working taps and showers, so you can kind of really get a feel for how the product would feel like work in your own home.
Yeah, so you could imagine that as you're walking around, you can think that shower would look great in my bathroom at home, and how it works and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So what would you say your favourite part or product featuring the showroom is?
My favourite is absolutely the copper bath. It just takes your breath away when you see it.
It is stunning, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is a beautiful piece.
It makes you feel really special and like a celebrity almost. And when you see it, you'll just want it. You want to touch it. You want to get in it. It just looks fantastic.
Yeah, and it's so deep as well.
Yeah, you could easily get 2 people in it.
Yeah, absolutely. So thanks for that, Naomi. Thanks for talking us through the showroom. If listeners have enjoyed the podcast, then make sure to leave a review, and we'll always listen to any feedback that anyone has. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
All the products and trends discussed in this podcast are available by visiting www.soak.com.